Hi, welcome to Bespoke Ability. My name is Peggy, and my channel is all about sewing, predominantly garment sewing for me and for my adult daughter, and sometimes for other people as well. Thank you for joining me today. This is my first episode, and it is #Friday Sews. Friday Sews was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room as a way to bring the sewing community together to talk about what you've been making, what you hope to make, and maybe a little about life. So thank you, Jen, for including us all in this great hashtag. So this week I made an outfit for my daughter and a top for me, and I'd like to share those with you now. For my daughter, she is a mother of a 1-year-old, so she's very busy as a mom. And then she's also a part-time university professor, and she needs different clothes for both these aspects of her life because, as you can imagine, one she's crawling around on the floor, the other she's not, and she wants to look professional. So I like to sew things for both these areas of her life, and this week I sewed something probably more for the university side. So the first thing I made was a shell, tank, and I used New Look 6458, which is a pattern I've used probably a dozen times for both me and my daughter, and I've only made the top though, and I'll pop up a picture of it. It's a straightforward pattern and easy and just great. So I made it as is, except it calls for a binding at the neck and at the arm size, and instead I drew a facing, one piece for the front, one piece for the back. I interfaced those and I finished the raw edge on my serger, and then I inserted this facing using the burrito method, which is just magic. It just creates such a professional finish, and it's easy too. And if you're interested in seeing a video of how I use this method on a sleeveless piece that doesn't have any closures, just let me know. I'd be happy to. Anyway, it's great. I used a fabric that I got at Mill End Fabrics in Reno, Nevada. It is a white textured jersey. Well, it's probably a double knit. I don't know its content, but it's lightweight and the texture gives it a little interest, and sewed up nicely, and it's comfortable, so win-win-win. I sewed everything on my regular machine, finished the seams with my serger. I did interface the shoulders just to give them a little more strength and stability, and then I hemmed it by hand. Then to go with that, I made a cardigan, and I used the Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan, and I believe this is my 4th time making it. I'm not positive, but something like that, 4 or 5 times. And it's a very straightforward pattern, but the finished garment just looks very nice. It looks professional. It looks harder than it really is, so it goes together super straightforwardly, easily, and there's no hemming because there is a bottom band and there are cuffs on the sleeve, and there's a front band, so finishing it is a cinch. And the fabric I used for this is from Beyond the Pink Door. I got it in a Think Pink subscription box, and it's a teal color textured jersey, another textured jersey. I don't remember the content offhand, but I think it's cotton spandex. And it's fairly lightweight, but it's sewed up really nicely, and it's a great color, and I know my daughter will get a lot of wear out of it. And then finally, for this outfit, I made her a pair of barb stretch pants from Style Arc Patterns, and I've made this pattern 3 times. Very easy, but looks great. They are elastic waist pants, but they don't really look it, you know, they're very smooth at the waist. And I used a black refined Ponte from Joann Fabric, and I love this fabric. It's a nice weight, it recovers well, it washes well. I just wish they had it in more colors. Right now they have it in black, sort of a light navy, medium blue, and dusty pink. A couple years ago they had it in quite a few colors. I have some in my stash. So these pants came together well. I added length to the, right around the high hip line, and I added length to the legs. I hemmed them by hand, and like the other garments I've made this week, I sewed everything on my sewing machine and then finished the seams on my serger. These I hemmed by hand, and they're great. So I gave the outfit to my daughter on Wednesday, and she liked it enough to wear it to work that day, so that's good. And she liked it, and it didn't fall apart. It was comfortable, and she felt appropriate. And then she liked it so much that the following day, she had a different class of students, and so she wore the top again. So I think, well, that's a win. She likes it, and she told me she likes it too. So I'll put in some pictures of her with it, wearing the outfit. Everything was sewn with Gutermann Maraflex thread, and like I say, sewn with a straight stitch on my sewing machine, and then all the seams were finished on my serger. So then finally, I made a top for me, and I made the Hepburn turtleneck by Itch to Stitch, and I've made this a couple times for me, and I think 3 times for my daughter, and this one's for me. It's another really easy pattern, but fun to sew. All I had to do was add length to the arms and length to the bodice, and I used fabric from Beyond the Pink Door. I saw this on one of the Beyond the Pink Door live videos on YouTube, and I just fell in love with it. It's a great blue, and it has some pretty flowers on it, and I love all the colors, and right in my palette, so I bought it. And this turtleneck, I reinforced the shoulders with interfacing like I usually do with knits. Sewed everything on my sewing machine and then trimmed the seams. But this time when I hemmed it, I hemmed the sleeves and the bodice on my cover stitch machine. So great make, and I'll get plenty of wear out of it. Today I am wearing, you can't really see it, but I'm wearing McCall's 7128 that I made several years ago. It's out of this cute paisley fabric that I bought at Joann's, and I really wish I had more of it. But like I say, I bought this fabric several years ago, so it's no longer around. But I'll pop up a picture of the pattern. I'm sure it's out of print now, but easy and fun, and I like it. So that's about it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to be back soon with another video, and I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing and perhaps hit like, and maybe leave a comment below. Let me know what you're working on. We can start a conversation. So anyway, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy sewing, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.